Hello?
What are we doing? What are we doing?
You're listening to the only podcast that admits they might know what they are talking about.
Sounds like something a guy in a van would tell me.
This is We Might Know Sports.
I love you.
What were my options again? Sorry. Come on! With Corey.
I hope everyone has a ball.
Kevin. Don't listen to Steffan and his prep rules. And Steffan.
Pacers versus the Mavs, which is also tonight. Oh, goddamn you, Siri. Stop. I've never once called you and actually wanted to talk.
He said Pacers.
Yeah. There's a no-hitter right now, bottom of the seventh. Oh, never mind. No longer a no-hitter.
Wow! You know it's bad when Kevin's correcting people on their pronunciation of names. You know you're in trouble. You, sir, are god-awful.
That's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook. It's time!
And here we go.
Wait. Trubisky.
It helps if I turn the volume up all the way. That's why it was so quiet. Sorry.
I was wondering if it was.
I went to adjust the volume there, and I was like, oh, oops. Yeah, got the point across. Two dads and a dork. Welcome.
I've been a dork.
Sorry, we changed the podcast name on you, Steffan.
Did ya?
Yeah.
I mean, I need to be a dad?
Then it would be
Like
three
me.
dads.
Huh?
Then it would be three dads.
Yeah.
3 Padres.
Yeah, 3 Padres. I like
Who,
it.
who knows? You could be a dad already. You just don't know
Could be.
Could be. Maybe that wasn't really a Moe's trip.
it.
Touche.
It's episode 145 for those keeping count. I know I didn't update the notes before we went live, so.
Oh, yeah, we're starting the show now.
Yeah, we're on.
Is it the
Oh, here we go. It's the first one we've had, all of us, in a few weeks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like half a month since we had done one last week, and then, so yeah.
I feel like I like it better that way.
Monthly. It's fine.
Not sure which one of you I want off the show, though, so.
Oof. Well, I mean, we can take turns. We can rotate. Just have it be 2 people. And then,
I think I want you guys to, battle it out.
and then, at the end of the month, we all come together. That's what we could do.
No, I want you guys to battle it out to be on the show with me.
I'm too busy battling out with Corey on NASCAR right now, so
There's no battle there. Stop.
there's a chance.
We're not even doing NASCAR next year, so
It's a bold-faced lie.
fuck that garbage ass sport. Fuck Chase Elliott, stupid ass bitch.
145.
To be fair, he didn't help anybody.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Fuck him.
I mean,
Next year he's not even on the list to pick from. Just forget about him.
Steffan lost 3 points to me and 4 points to Corey, if you really want to be specific.
Yeah, for Chase Elliott. Yeah. Well, next year we're talking about rule changes anyways. More points for getting wins, which you got at least 2. I'm the only one who only had 1.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Just like UFC apparently is going under a rule change next year, which actually I'm okay with.
We'll put it up for vote.
Decisions are 3, and actually picking a knockout and submission round are 5. That's fine.
I kind of like it.
Wait, what is it?
3 points if you just get a decision right, but 5 if you actually pick the knockout or submission round correct.
Fair.
Right, it's fair.
Man, if you want the full 5, then you have to pick like the scorecard or something by decision.
So now we're getting too much into it. No, can't all that.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, so what's happened? How's life as a dad, Kevin?
Oh, I thought you were gonna ask Corey.
Nah, I know how his life is as a dad.
It's pretty cool. Not gonna lie. It's weird looking down and seeing him sleeping on you or crying. I like to make fun of his cries too. That's fun.
Isn't it a weird feeling when they're finally like, okay, you can go home with this thing now?
Yeah. Well, I think at that point, I had been in the hospital for, 4 days. I was just like, I want to go home. I want to be with my stuff. I want to give this a try, like, at home. So, but it is kind of interesting. It's like, oh, I'm responsible for something else. Like, a dog is a different thing than a baby human. Because a dog, if it wets in the house, then you're just like, gotta show the way. This thing,
and most likely a dog you paid for. A kid you just you get.
Well, I feel like you still pay for the kid.
You know,
in a way,
the bill hasn't shown up yet, so
yeah, exactly. It'll show up.
Always gets their money.
I feel like with a kid though, like you can leave the kid, or like with the dog, you can leave the dog at home for hours at a time and not really have to worry about it. I mean, obviously you got to feed it, but you don't have to like be there like constantly supervising.
Mm-hmm.
Where a kid, you can't just leave the kid at home and fucking go run some errands and shit.
Yeah.
Can't be like, oh man, they're sleeping. I got to go to Taco Bell at 9 at night.
Right.
Can't be like, oh, I'll just put you down and you can follow me everywhere. I gotta make sure I don't break your neck. All right, cool.
Yeah. I probably won't pick up if I ever have a kid. I probably won't pick up for like the first like 3 months.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say first 3 years.
Well, that it'll be sparingly in the first 3 years. Yeah. I don't want him to get too attached to me.
I was gonna say it's gonna have daddy issues. Daddy doesn't love me.
I don't think I'll really believe it's mine until about 6 or 7.
Once it cops your attitude.
Yeah.
Then you'll be like, shit.
Yeah, fuck. All right.
I know exactly where this is coming
He's
from.
a little asshole just like me. Okay. Ooh, Jaguars starting Nick Foles.
Jaguars.
That says that Jaguars are starting Nick Foles after the bye week.
Oh, look at that. Deshaun
And
Jackson.
Cam Newton's out for the year.
So is Deshaun Jackson.
Yes,
Deshaun Jackson's out for the year.
Glad I hung on to him for fucking 10 weeks. Every week I'd try to put him back on the IR because I'd take him off. He'd be questionable or some shit. Whatever. Fuck football. Well, football's not terrible yet.
Oh, it's terrible for me.
I was going to say, you're taking the Corey. At least you have a chance at the playoffs.
Both my fantasy football teams are pissing me off.
I'm done with football. I'm on to basketball now.
Well,
Sixers got their first loss last night. Sixers got their first loss last night.
What the fuck is the Suns record?
They're 4-2. They're legit.
Okay.
Yeah. They're actually a team this year because didn't they beat the Clippers too?
Yeah, they're real.
Mm-hmm. You remember how they finished strong? Well, they carry that over to this year.
No Ayton, which is interesting.
Yeah. Because isn't he out for like the first
8 games with that drug suspension?
Yeah.
And now John Collins, 25-game drug suspension. The starting center for Atlanta, who's been really, really good.
Those are some hardcore drugs. Jeez.
I think he might be steroids. I don't know what Ayton's drug thing was.
Yeah, I think Aiden's probably like weed or booger sugar or something.
I didn't read the article, but 25 is awfully hefty. I'm pretty sure that's steroids.
Yeah, I feel like that's like the baseball suspension for steroids.
Yeah. It's so weird when a basketball player gets caught on steroids. I just don't get the benefit of it, really. Unless you were injured and you took like HGH to heal fast. Well, that's the only thing I could see you doing.
He's younger too, isn't he?
Yeah. And I don't think he was hurt. So
if he was like a 30-something-year-old, maybe I could see that.
That's the only time I remember when Rashard Lewis got caught with it, but he was coming off of injury. So I kind of figured what he had done. I don't get John Collins taking it. Doesn't make sense to me, unless he was trying to bulk up over the summer.
Yeah.
Probably. He's
Just-
always been skinny.
Just a note for my reference for this episode: are we all in front of a TV, or is it just Steffan and I?
Just Steffan and you.
All right.
Why? Why?
I was just curious because I'm watching the Miami-Louisville game right now, and there's a really tall guy on Miami.
Oh, I just have it on ESPN waiting for the game.
Louisville's supposed to be legit this year, right?
No, they were trailing, but they just came back. It's early in the first half for them, so.
I don't think anything of them, but other people do.
Of what?
Of Louisville.
Oh, yeah. No,
I don't think anything of Louisville, but like
they're ranked high right now.
Kevin has them ranked 7th. You have them ranked 8th. AP has them ranked 5th.
Yeah.
I have them unranked. So.
Yeah. Did we do a question of the week last week? Was that the? Do you have one this week?
Nope.
No?
Totally spaced.
We'll do last week's anyway.
Did we have one last week?
I mean, unless that's probably an old one then maybe.
Yeah. Let's just jump right into football.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into football.
Since we love it so much this year.
You want to get into college football first, and then we'll jump into pros, or?
Yeah, let's do it. I got the college football.
Well, I mean, can we talk quickly about like the middle of last month's question? I mean, we found out the answer.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah.
I was actually quite curious about it. I was like,
actually, we found the answer out for the last two.
What, New England would lose first?
Yep, we got that. Everyone was wrong there except like 3 people, and then the other one was the Bengals are the last defeated team.
I got that one right, but I think I got the New England one wrong.
I picked the 49ers.
For some reason, though, Miami is still odds-on favorite to get the #1 overall pick. So,
like, they don't expect them to win another game, and maybe they're thinking that with AJ Green coming back at some point this year, maybe they will win a couple.
They must think the Bengals are going to win too, including beating the Dolphins in Week 15.
I was gonna say, don't the Dolphins have 2 games with the Jets? So, I mean.
And they get to play the Bengals. And the Dolphins look a lot better with Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
They actually might win a couple more.
What was it? Fun stat was Fitzpatrick was the first Dolphins quarterback to throw 3 first-half touchdowns since Dan Marino.
Yeah. Fitzpatrick has all these weird records.
Most touchdowns with the most amount of teams or something like that?
Yeah, probably.
The dude probably has the most up-and-down career of any quarterback in the history.
Yeah. He shows like glimpses of greatness and then just goes off into being horrible.
Right. It's crazy.
It is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
So college.
College.
All right. Last week
College football is pretty.
we had some big games last week. Started off with Georgia, Florida, probably the biggest game of the week.
Bullshit game.
Georgia pulled it off 24-17. Kevin and Steffan picked Florida. Joe and I took Georgia. By the way, Joe took the whole left side, which meant he picked every single road team, and he did the best. He went 4-1.
Doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
That was just funny because I was like, maybe he's just mailing it in, but he did ask for I have his picks for this week. I just have to pull up the sheet here.
So the next game, another interesting one, was Utah-Washington. And I actually didn't think it would be interesting, but Washington for 3 quarters was leading that game.
Mm-hmm.
And then Utah came back and did pull it out 33-28. Yeah. So then SMU, Memphis, another big game. SMU was undefeated. Memphis had only 1 loss. Turned into a shootout. Memphis pulling away at 54-48. That was the only home win this week. Next was Miami, Florida State, Florida State was actually heavy odds-on favorites to win. They were blowing people away at home. Miami came in there and blew them away 27-10, and Taggart loses his job.
Florida State had no choice.
No choice. Fresno State, Hawaii.
They did have a choice.
Fresno State, Hawaii, I thought was a good game. Fresno State is normally the better program, but Hawaii has the 31st best offense in all of college football, so I thought, hey, maybe they'd pull out a win. Wrong. Fresno State 41-38.
Damn it.
So Joe goes
I remember looking at the score and I was like, oh, Hawaii's got them. They were beating them for a while, and then all of a sudden, I think I looked the next day and I saw they lost. I was like, you're fucking kidding me.
So
Can't
Joe
tell
goes
we really
4-1.
want this championship.
Joe goes 4-1. Steffan goes 2-3, tying them up at 31-19. I go 3-2. I'm 29-21. Kevin went 2-3, 27-23. Really, we're all close enough. It doesn't matter because all we do is roll over our records into the bowl games. That's what we've done every single year. So all it is making the
For a
bowl
while
games.
since I've had a 4-1 week.
All it does is make the bowl games really interesting this year. They're so close.
You know, you haven't had a 5-0 week either.
Yeah, well, did you notice that I noticed you guys didn't want to talk about it last week, but did you guys miss? Was it last week?
That you had a perfect 15-0?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
15-0.
Did that help you? I feel like you didn't do that in our
I
pick.
definitely didn't pick that way. I got 13, I think.
I know you shot up because you're like right behind me now.
Either 12 or 13 I got in Pick'em. But yeah, NFL on here and ours, I went 15.
Yeah, because I was looking at that, I was like, wait a second. He did not get a 15 on Pick'em.
No, I didn't. That would have been nice. Still fucking like 7 behind Sean.
Yeah, which means you're 5 behind me.
Can't fucking make ground on him.
No, I gained 1 game because he must have taken New England and I took Baltimore. But anyways, next week, a really interesting week. This is a huge week for college football, really. There's a lot of good games. Penn State going into Minnesota, who's undefeated and ranked 15th. But none of us care about Minnesota. We think they garbage.
Garbage.
Penn State.
Penn State burned me too many times. I ain't going against them, man.
Great. Maybe we should get off the boat.
That's probably the time you guys should definitely jump off the wagon.
You know what? Screw it. What do I got to lose?
Once I jump on, it's time to jump off.
What do I got to lose? I'm changing it.
Okay, so no Penn State across the board.
Yeah,
Kevin's going Minnesota.
Let's get that out of here.
He believes the defense is real.
Sure.
Moving on. Also, Kevin going against the grain. LSU, Alabama.
I mean, no secret here. I don't like
No
Alabama.
secret. Kevin believes, as well as most of the experts, that LSU is the best team in the nation and thinks they can beat Alabama.
Not to mention Tua. Who knows? They say he's not hurt, but is he?
Are we allowed to change our pick if Tua doesn't play?
No.
No? So I got to make that pick now.
Now or never.
Pretty sure we've done that before, but okay.
The only reason I think Tua's going to
We're not doing it anymore.
The only reason I think Tua's going to play is last week they didn't play him for 3 quarters, and then he came in the 4th quarter and played. So why would he not play this week?
Yeah.
It's really weird.
A lot of
they
people
even did that with.
A lot of people are saying he's going to play. So
yeah, he's going to.
I don't feel bad.
What was his injury, anyways?
What? His injury?
Yeah.
Ankle sprain.
Another big game. Kansas State, ranked 20th, I believe. Going into Texas, who a lot of people thought was going to be good this year. They haven't really proved it. They're 5-3, I think. But we all like the Longhorns.
Which means Kansas State's probably going to win.
Probably. Iowa, Wisconsin.
We haven't had too many like that.
Typically, I would think this wasn't a great game to pick because Wisconsin should win, but they are on a losing streak and not looking that great. Iowa is ranked ahead of them right now. So Steffan took Iowa. He's riding the losing streak of Wisconsin. And then kind of the throw-em game, Wake Forest, Virginia Tech. Really a 50-50 game. It's in Virginia Tech. Wake Forest is ranked higher. You two both took Virginia Tech, and Joe and I took Wake Forest, so we'll see what happens. Steffan really needs that game to work out for him.
I need that one in Iowa.
Iowa, yeah. One of them, to at least keep Joe at odds with you.
Maybe I should have switched those and pick all the same as Joe. Just maintain now. Now I'm getting nervous.
Oh, Joe picked the exact same as me? What the hell?
No, fuck you, dude. I don't care about you.
No, I can't gain on
He
Joe.
can't gain. Come on the LSU bandwagon.
I guess I got 2 more. How many more weeks do I have? Yeah, 2 more weeks to
Got
try
a
to
few
gain.
weeks.
I'm not going to pull it to this week.
Next week I'm picking all the exact opposite of Joe. Do or die week. Probably gonna die.
Probably.
You've got
So if LSU,
you've got like
or
4
Alabama
weeks. You're
loses,
fine.
what are the implications for their playoff chances, do we think?
LSU, Alabama. I think they're fine. SEC's got the championship game versus Georgia more than likely. So I think one of those 3 gets in from the SEC. I think.
So we like Ohio State and Clemson.
I think they're in either that or Penn State. Whoever wins that.
The
Except
Big Ten. Yeah.
apparently Minnesota, too. Let's see here, Clemson, and then who's the other one there?
Well, we have Clemson and Ohio State, and then the other 3 you just mentioned are being talked about.
Yeah,
LSU, Alabama, and Georgia.
And then on the outside looking in, you got Oklahoma and Baylor. If Baylor can win out and stuff trickles down, maybe they sneak in as a 4. And then Oregon, they had a close loss to a ranked team early in the season, so might be forgotten.
Did they beat Utah?
They don't play them until the championship game, the Pac-12 championship, if things fall that way, because they could end up facing USC still. So I don't see that happening, because that would mean Utah just like dropped 2 games in a row. So
Right. Yeah, I don't see that either. I liked Utah all year, so I think that'll stay.
whoa, that's a trippy. We're having a little technical difficulties at ESPN. Made Kansas blue and red.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
What?
Like the
What
camera
was it?
angle showed like all the players. Yeah, still does blue and red. Anyway.
Oh yeah, it was kind of cool. I wish they would just keep it like that.
Yeah. Their uniforms are blue too. That's the weird part. All right.
It would make it easier to like distinguish the 2 teams.
Yeah.
Not that different colored jerseys doesn't do that. but
Everyone.
different colored people. I can really.
Everyone
tell the
becomes a Smurf. Throw some red uniforms on them. It's kind of interesting how college basketball is shaping up to open up again with 3-4 versus, and then 1-2 versus.
Interesting for sure. All right, let's move on to the NFL. Have a little talk about the NFL.
What's there to talk about?
Want to talk about the undefeated team? Or do you believe in the 49ers still, Steffan?
Of course I do. Why wouldn't I believe in the 49ers still?
Because who cares that they beat the Cardinals and they actually didn't blow them out?
Okay.
They should have.
A win isn't a win anymore. They're about to go fucking Monday night, whoop on the fucking Seahawks. So then what you got to say?
I told you if they win that game, I'll be a believer.
That one game. The one game is going to decide their whole season.
For me.
Jesus.
Just like New England. They beat trash all year. And then they play the Ravens and they lose. Imagine that.
Imagine that. Ravens lost to the fucking Browns, dude.
So,
So what does that make the Ravens?
What does it make the Pats then?
The Packers just lost to who? The fucking
San Diego.
The Chargers. I
excuse me.
can't put. I don't know what happened in that game.
Yeah.
The Packers were feeling themselves, like Aaron said.
Oh,
They went to the beach the day before.
Yeah.
Had
He's
a-
like, we
had a
got
couple
cocky. We believe the hype.
cocktails.
We got our asses kicked. Probably good for us.
anybody can beat anybody, except for the Dolphins can't beat a lot of teams.
I actually just think the Ravens are a nightmare matchup for New England.
I feel like
New England's best thing is they have the best secondary in the whole league. Lamar Jackson doesn't pass.
was that game at Baltimore?
Lamar doesn't pass, though, so what good is having the best secondary?
Okay, but all right. So listen to what I'm trying to say here. Play that game 10 times. Okay, Patriots are probably winning 7 out of 10.
In Baltimore?
Wherever you want to fucking play it. Play it in fucking Buffalo if you want to. I don't care.
On a neutral site. They aren't winning 7 out of 10 in BMOR.
Yeah, they could.
You're on crack.
5 games in Baltimore, 5 games in New England. 7 out of 10.
You're still sipping the Brady juice. You aren't like ready to admit that he's
They're winning 7 out of 10.
He's not good anymore.
Good enough.
All his stats are completely average. He's an average quarterback this year.
Because they haven't had to fucking do as much this year.
They don't.
He's got no receivers.
He can't even put up big numbers against bad teams.
Who's he got to throw to? His best receiver is fucking...
Edelman?
Yeah, when he
Super
shows
Bowl
up.
MVP? Yeah.
Well, I'll be off the Patriots bandwagon. It's about to lose a second game next week.
To the Eagles?
Not this week, but next week.
They even playing this week?
Patriots?
Yeah.
Should be.
Week 10.
Uh,
Week 10, they are on bye.
everybody's on bye.
Broncos, Texans, Jags, Pats, Eagles, Redskins on bye.
Yeah.
So the 49ers were believing. The Texans beating the Jags I didn't think was all that impressive. Who cares? It's the Jags. Bills beating the Redskins. I told Kevin that was an absolute trash game. Who cared? Panthers beat the Titans, just furthering their chances to make the playoffs and then make that Super Bowl run that I predicted. Vikings lose to the Chiefs, kind of odd. Matt Moore pulling out a drive to get a field goal kick to win the game.
Yeah, I didn't expect them. I half wanted to pick the Chiefs because I feel like the Chiefs haven't looked terrible with Matt Moore. They've lost like a couple close ones. They just have so many weapons that it's like you can almost throw anybody in there.
Anyone want to mention the highlight of that game, which wasn't even the guy who scored the touchdown?
I was working, so I don't know what the highlight was.
Hardman had a 90-some-odd yard touchdown and pulled away. Tyreek Hill and was sprinting. Tyreek Hill is so fast, he was 10 yards back and sprinted down the field and caught up to him just to celebrate in the end zone with him. Everyone was freaking out because his speed is inhuman.
Right.
He pretty much blew by the guy, too.
Blew by everybody on a dead sprint. So that was pretty sweet. Anyways, Dolphins, Jets, horrible game. Dolphins get a win, though. The Jets have given up on their coach and on life.
They were trying to trade Le'Veon Bell. They're big.
And Jamal Adams. And the Cowboys gave him a decent offer.
You know what I'm completely baffled by is the fact that the Steelers were actively trying to pursue Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah.
Like, why would you want them back? Why?
You know what I'm baffled by is everyone saying the Steelers were garbage and they're sitting at 4-4.
I don't think Mason Rudolph's that bad, honestly.
I don't think Mike Tomlin's that bad. Let's talk about what he has. You keep talking about, the Patriots have nobody, so Bill Belichick's doing a good job. Well, Mike Tomlin's doing a good job, too. He has less.
Yeah, but it's Mike Tomlin.
He's arguably the second best coach.
I don't know about that. I wouldn't argue that.
You wouldn't?
No.
2 Super Bowls isn't enough?
No.
Who's second?
Well,
Don't you think it's pretty much Belichick and a cluster of people?
yeah. So
Let's say you can argue Sean Payton,
the cluster of people then.
Pete Carroll, and Tomlin. I really don't think you can argue beyond those 3.
I mean, throw Peterson in there. He's got a Super Bowl too.
I throw Andy Reid higher than Peterson. He doesn't even have one.
Andy Reid can't be in that conversation till he gets one. Sorry.
Anyways.
If he goes back to Eagles and still doesn't get one, then yeah, he'll be in the conversation now. But.
Anyways, speaking of Pete Carroll, Kevin was excited for a little bit. The Bucks put up a fight. Ultimately, the league MVP stole the show, won
5
the game
touchdowns.
in overtime. What?
5 touchdowns.
Yeah. Russell Wilson's operating on a different level this year than everyone else. So.
See the odds-on favorite?
Yeah, by quite a bit right now.
He's the most
22 touchdowns, 1 interception. It's pretty good.
He's the quietest MVP candidate around.
Lions Raiders, I thought was a 50-50 game. It played out that way. Raiders pull it home though. I know Kevin said he was scared to pull the trigger on the Raiders. He's not a believer after last season.
Oh, that's how I feel about them this week too. I really didn't want to pull the trigger on them.
But Kevin wasn't scared to pull the trigger on the Broncos-Browns. He believes the Browns are trash after we all thought the Browns would win the division. Yikes.
Time to get off that train.
Yeah, I think we all hopped off that bandwagon by probably week 5.
Did the Browns lose to the Broncos?
Yeah.
Yes.
Jesus.
Then we talked about the Chargers upsetting the Packers. Don't really have much to say about the Packers on that one. The Ravens beat the Patriots in probably the best game of the week. 2 good teams. Yeah, the Ravens had the Lamar Jackson effect. Bill Belichick at least can say he's seen it now, and will probably better prepare for it in the playoffs. But he didn't know what to do in that game.
I'll tell you right now. I've been playing Madden online lately. One of the most frustrating teams I play against, the Ravens. Literally, they just put fucking. They don't even throw Lamar Jackson when they use them. Everybody that uses the fucking Ravens, they just fucking hike it to him and he just sprints. And I can't catch him with anybody on my defense. Fucking dumb.
Cowboys-Giants. Cowboys started off a little bit chilly. And then Dak heated up. And that was the end.
There you go, Cowboys. You ruined my fantasy season.
He threw 2 touchdowns over 40 yards. Another one, like 30-yarder.
I was talking to Dave, and he was like, so it was like super close, and the fucking kicker kept making field goals, and I was like, fuck, I'm going to lose literally on field goals here.
Mm-hmm.
It's like last week.
He was like, no, he's like, I think you got it, because it was like going in like the 4th quarter. I was like, dude, all it takes is 1 touchdown on Amari Cooper, and I'm done. Mm-hmm. But then sure enough, fucking 45-yard touchdown on Amari Cooper. I was like, oh, there it goes.
Yep. There it goes. So that was last week. Heading into this week, Steffan has to make his picks. Thursday night, Chargers-Raiders. Any thoughts? Any predictions?
This was when Chandler was supposed to be born.
What?
This was the day Chandler was supposed to be born. That was his due date.
Going Raiders.
I believe I did as well.
Yeah.
Kevin went Chargers.
Damn, I really took the Bengals over the Ravens in preseason? Jesus Christ. You did too, Corey.
Yeah, well, we all make mistakes.
We all have regrets in life.
Ravens, Bengals. Yeah, I mean, we know what's going to happen. Bengals are starting their rookie quarterback in that game. Yikes. Andy Dalton's done for the year. unless the rookie gets injured. Got to see what you have before you draft Tua, I guess. Lions and Bears. Oh my. I don't know. Lions because the Bears suck, maybe. Trubisky. 10 completions the other day? He's horrible.
Just downright horrible.
Bills, Browns. We're all off the Browns bandwagon fully, I see. Bills defense is actually decent. Chiefs, Titans.
Or are we on the Bills bandwagon? Did they circle them?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Well, maybe we'll get a minute next week. Chiefs, Titans. I just don't like Matt Moore, so I'm never going to pick them from here on out. I took the Titans. You guys took the Chiefs. It's in Tennessee. We'll see what happens. Cardinals, Bucks. Probably the first week all year we all took the Bucks across the board.
Even preseason.
Mm-hmm.
We really believed in this game for the Bucks.
It's their first home game since September against the Giants.
That just means everybody watching pick the Cardinals.
Yep.
Giants, Jets, battle in New York.
Have we ever had that all the way across the board?
For sure we did.
Probably.
Oh, week 1, Rams, Eagles, Jets, Browns, Chargers. We did Bucks over 49ers too, by the way.
Oof. Little did we know.
Yeah, maybe I should switch.
Since then, we did all Panthers. That didn't work out because the Bucks won. All
Giants,
Seahawks.
Giants, Jets, the battle in New York. There's 3 wins between those 2 teams. It's going to be a super good game. Who cares who wins? I don't really care who picks what. Falcons, Saints. If you don't pick the Saints, you're a moron. Panthers, Packers, because especially since Drew Brees is super good, according to Kevin. No downslide. Even though he's thrown an interception in every game he's played in since week 10 of last year.
Except last week, no
Falcons,
big deal.
Saints. What?
I said except last week.
He threw an interception. 3 touchdowns and 1 pick. Like I said, thrown an interception every game since week 10. Panthers, Packers. Packers, did we pick them across the board? Not in preseason, but we did now. No love for Kyle Allen. First time since 1962, 3 quarterbacks with the same last name all won. That happened last week. Josh Allen, Kyle Allen, and the new Allen for the Broncos all got a win. Rams, Steelers. No, someone went Steelers.
Yeah.
You're feeling it?
Feeling it.
Not liking the Rams this year?
Made a big week out of Mason Rudolph, so that's why I'm going with him.
Oh.
It's my only quarterback. Unless I want to pick up, I don't know. I don't think anybody's picked up Haskins. Maybe I could pick him up.
Vikings, Cowboys.
Yep.
You're feeling the Vikings as well?
Just kidding. He's on a bye also.
Vikings, Cowboys. You're feeling Vikings?
Yeah, just because fuck the Cowboys.
You know, sorry, I'm more laughing at the fact the Drew Brees stat that you just threw out. The way you say it, it makes it sound like he's been terrible, but he's only played in 3 games this year, so like.
Right, but he's thrown an interception in each of them.
Yeah, 1.
3. So he has 5 touchdowns and 3 interceptions on the year. That is not good.
He's got 5 touchdowns and 3 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not good. They are on declines. I'm sorry.
You just said
Brees are getting old. You guys let that sink in.
3 games. Like, so add in like 6 more games, and maybe he throws 4 touchdowns and no interceptions one game. Maybe he throws 3 touchdowns, no interceptions another game.
All right, we'll see where he's at the end of the year.
He's on a decline. He's threw for 74.4%, his highest percentage of his career last season. 5 interceptions.
He doesn't want to talk about Dak Prescott's interceptions that he throws, but fuck it. Let's talk about Drew Brees and
all
interception he's
all-
thrown.
Dak's not on a decline. He's just on the same wavelength. that
all
he's always-
all 8 interceptions in the last 8 games he's played. Woo.
no one ever put Dak up with Drew Brees.
My starting
I'm pretty sure you
quarterback.
did.
My starting quarterback
I'm
throwing
pretty sure you
8
did.
interceptions
When you
in a
drafted
game.
him, what, in the second round or whatever the fuck round you drafted him? Did you draft him
Went in the
overall or
first.
something? I don't even know.
Drew
You
Brees went in the first.
drafted first round.
Drew Brees went in the first round.
When did you draft Dak?
Second. So how did I put him on the same wavelength?
To be fair, he also had he was the second pick in the second round. So
Also, to be fair, Dak's the third best quarterback in fantasy. So how was that a bad move? Okay, enough said.
That's garbage.
I didn't.
I'm pretty sure if you put fucking Ryan Fitzpatrick behind that offensive line, he'd be the third best
Let's say
quarterback.
second round pick, third best quarterback. It was a good pick.
You say so.
I'm sorry. Well, actually, you did make one of the right moves. It's Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, and then Dak. So you made a good move. Congrats.
If only you got points for QBR. Also, you'd be probably undefeated right now.
Well, yeah. I take that all the way to the bank.
Jesus. All right.
Probably not. I don't know if Jacoby Brissett's QBR is all that great.
You guys are all in on Seahawks on the road,
I just want the 49ers to lose. I don't like them.
Yeah.
even though Kevin took them preseason, which was a smart choice, and now he's changing up.
Plus, I like DK Metcalf. Probably my keeper next year.
How about my great move of picking up Emmanuel Sanders when Matt dropped him? And now he's at the 49ers about to ball out.
Yeah, I heard you let him know about it, too.
Oh, I definitely. I also like that Matt's lost 2 weeks in a row.
Kevin's in first, right?
No, Sean.
Oh, Sean is.
Hey.
You know, Kevin doesn't score enough points to be in first.
I know. I was looking at that. Kevin is 8-1, and I've scored more than him. What
By
is
2
going on?
points. By 2 points. Just remember,
So-
Corey, this
so
could have
what?
been you. This could have been you if you had switched the tiebreaker. See, I played the long game. I noticed I backed off. I was like, I'll be in the bottom division next year. No big deal.
There's 5 teams that have scored less than me, and I'm going to be one of the 4 out. Fucking A. Anyways.
By the way,
I'm done.
Jacoby
Bang.
Brissett's QBR, 55.5.
Yeah, I knew it was trash.
His rating, though, is 99.7.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't care about that.
He's thrown 3 interceptions, too.
Yeah, but he's played a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And he probably has the second best. I probably have the 2 quarterbacks with the best offensive lines in football, so
What'd that get you? Out of the playoffs.
out of the playoffs. Because it's all fun and dandy to draft 2 good quarterbacks, but you kind of have to draft the rest of your
You know what sucks is when you have more points than the best team in the league, supposedly.
Oh, you?
Yeah.
You have more points than Sean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm 4-5 and he's 8-1.
Up until last week, I
Oh.
had more points than Sean. He just had a good week last week.
Yeah, I know. Thanks.
But I feel even worse for Dave because he's got the most points out of anybody and he's 5-4. That's shitty. He's got more points scored against him than he does scored, though.
Who has the most points scored against them? Him?
I think him, Dave. He's the only one with over 13. No. Dan also has over 1,300 scored against him. That's why both of them. Because Dan, I think, is possibly. No. He's like the 3rd highest scoring team, I think.
You know, I will say this year, all of our points are, other than obviously Dave, at 13:05. Everyone else is pretty much around each other that are on the top.
It is pretty close, except for obviously Ryan.
Let's not talk about the 2-7 and the 2-7 teams. Let's exclude him from this discussion.
Gary's almost at the 1,200 mark, so he's close. If I could find a way to beat your dad, Corey, this week, I'll be happy.
Who are the Lions playing? Because he's really been banking off of Matthew Stafford.
Lions are playing the Bears, so probably not going to do well. Defense.
That's bodes well for you. And basically, if he does throw one, you need it to be to Galladay. Just block it.
Yeah. Well, that was like last week. I had Emmanuel Sanders, and I was just hoping that Garoppolo was going to throw to him. But
yeah.
Oh, by the way, Corey lied. He's not trying to get rid of people. No one's for sale. I tried to trade Frank Gore for Zach Ertz. He said no.
Yeah, I will get rid of people, but not for that. I appreciate you testing the waters.
I was just like, let's just see what happens. You know, you could have countered and have straight up.
I just made a trade for Matt Breida. I don't need Frank Gore anymore. Anyways,
there was
what are we moving on to?
I missed my chance. College basketball? Why not?
Let's get NASCAR out of the way first.
Zoom.
College basketball.
We got to do NBA now that you're here too.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about NBA too.
All right, NASCAR. We're down to the final week. Well, final 2 weeks, but basically this week settles it as long as I don't crash.
I didn't know you were going out and racing.
Last week was Texas. I thought Joey Logano would win. He did, however, provide the best score out of the three of us.
He did.
Steffan got a 39 out of him. I mean, not
first time I've broken 30 since my first week. Oh no.
Kyle Busch got a 38 for Kevin, and Elliott really helping us all out this year. Gave me a 5. Thanks a bunch, Milton. Moving on to Phoenix, Harvick's best race, but he just won. Will he really back-to-back it? I doubt it. I think he'll take it easy, but I have to take him because I really saved him for that race. I didn't think he'd win Texas. And then Kevin took Blaney, and Steffan took Hamlin. Steffan's out of it, but it's nice that he's still participating.
Putting people on the board.
I haven't even researched anything in the past since Elliott went down. I've just been pretty much just picking whoever.
I figured you were just looking at who I was saying was going to win.
Yeah.
I said Keselowski was going to win.
I only did it once.
You did it 3 in a row.
3 in a row?
Keselowski, Kyle Busch, Logano.
There you go. Sometimes you got to phone it in like that, man. It was a good run while it lasted.
So if Kevin can pull within 60 of me, he has a chance to win. He would need someone to have a perfect race and me to crash, and he could win.
Shoot or shoot.
Oh, but then you would still...
Okay, he needs to be within 59.
There you go. Yeah. Well, no, then he would just tie you, though. Then what's the tiebreaker?
No, if he's within 59, he gets a... Oh, yeah, you're right, because I get the one.
Tiebreaker is the wins.
That's fine. At that point, you would have 2 wins. I don't care.
All right.
Shoot or shoot.
If you pick the winner of the ending race, then yeah, you deserve it.
How much is he down right now? 80 something?
Yeah. No.
Let's pull out the calculator.
84.
Yeah, he's down 84.
Gotta be quicker at your math.
Okay, that's NASCAR.
That's NASCAR.
Zoom.
Want to talk about a little bit of NBA?
We can go over it quickly.
I haven't been paying a ton of attention early on, but
I'm just gonna highlight some things.
Can tell when you don't know about the Suns.
look at the standings. I was surprised to.
I was going to highlight Miami being 5-1 and leading the East right now.
Should also highlight Boston.
Boston 4-1 and looking good without Kyrie.
I don't think a lot of people are giving Boston respect this year. Most of them saying that they're not even a competitor in the East, basically.
Kemba and Tatum look good together.
They beat the Bucks.
Yeah. Bucks are sitting at 5-2. Toronto, everyone thought they were dead in the water without Kawhi, but they're at 4-2 because Fred VanVleet can ball.
I think that dude's slowly turning into like a superstar.
And Siakam has become a superstar, basically.
I think we talked about it last week, but Embiid said he wasn't going to talk trash and then got suspended for 3 games after that fight.
Yep, with Kat. Charlotte, a little bit of a surprise at 3-3, and PJ Washington, the big surprise, their rookie, leading the team in scoring. Indiana, I'll only touch on them because Steffan likes Gonzaga, and Sabonis has been balling out.
Well, he's like out for a while now.
Yeah, he got hurt. Kyrie Irving looks better than he did all of last year somehow, so maybe he just hated Boston. I don't know. He's playing well for Brooklyn right now. They're sitting at 3-4 in 8th spot. I think that 8th spot will be taken by Detroit once Blake Griffin comes back. But
once Trae Young comes back.
You like Atlanta to take it?
Yeah.
All right, going out into the West, the Lakers, the best in the West at 5-1. Maybe the surprise of the West, Phoenix sitting in second at 5-2.
Now, hold on. I have a question to ask. What's the bigger surprise? Phoenix at 5-2 or the Warriors at 1-5 or 2-5?
Phoenix.
Because didn't we all think Golden State was going to suck?
Yeah.
We thought they'd take a step back, but did you really expect them to be like...
I thought them to make the 8th seed, so you're right. They have no chance probably at the 8th seed.
But we also didn't expect fucking Steph Curry to be out. Draymond now to be out.
I'm also, while we're on that, I'm a little surprised Portland's out at 3-4. I'm a little surprised Utah's out at 4-3. Meaning, I'm surprised Phoenix is in. I'm surprised Dallas is in. I'm surprised Minnesota is in. I don't know if any of those teams are real.
I think Dallas is real. Luka's a straight-up baller.
Yeah, did you hear LeBron? Did you see that clip?
Yeah, he said you're a bad motherfucker.
You're like, yeah, you are one bad motherfucker.
You're like, yeah, he is.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
That's because LeBron was really trying and giving it his all that game, and Luka was keeping pace.
Yeah. No, Luka's the real deal.
And him and Porzingis match up well together.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they definitely have a real team there.
Speaking of matchups, Westbrook and Harden do not look good together.
I haven't watched any of them. I haven't seen any highlights together.
They've only had one win where they've both been playing together.
Really?
All the other games, it's been Westbrook out, Harden in, or Harden out, Westbrook in.
Like injured? Like not playing the game?
Yeah, like not playing.
Who's been hurt?
Westbrook just missed last game. Houston lost. Harden put up big numbers, of course, but Harden has the high score of the year so far at 59.
Yeah.
He's going to do that, though. They lost to Miami without Westbrook 129-100. Then Westbrook again out, but they beat Memphis. But they needed James Harden to shoot 7 of 16 from 3 and score 44 points. So Ja Morant in that game, I know you like him, scored 23. He was the high scorer for Memphis. He shot 10 of 16 from the field and 1 of 2 from 3. Pretty good.
Which game was it where he ended up winning in overtime? I forget. Who did they play?
Memphis. Who did they play in overtime? They lost to Phoenix. They lost to the Lakers. Overtime, they beat Brooklyn, 134-133.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he came down, scored on them, and they went to overtime or something, and he blocked.
Yep.
Kyrie.
And he ended up with 30 points, 9 assists. Again, over 50% shooting, 13 of 22 from the field.
It's a bad motherfucker.
So far, he is looking like the rookie of the year. PJ Washington's giving him a run for it. We'll see when Zion comes back and all of a sudden the Pelicans make their big run and then he wins MVP.
Jesus Christ, they're making a big fucking run, dude. Shut up.
He's going to win both. MVP, Rookie of the Year, all in 1 year.
Comeback player.
Comeback player. They're just going to sweep it.
Hey,
Defensive Player of the Year.
Finals MVP.
nah. Not happening. You
I'm
know what's
up-
going to be scary, though, is when the Warriors end up having, like, this really bad year, they're going to get a high draft pick. I don't even know who the fuck they're going to get. I mean, they'll probably get somebody fucking pretty decent. And then they're going to add it to...
Oh, I
add
don't
it
know
to
the good players.
Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. And then
Yeah,
who,
they'll probably grab that stud forward off of Memphis.
and then who knows who else they might add in free agency or whatever, if they keep D'Angelo Russell or if they trade him for another piece or whatever.
Yeah, I think he's just a loner right now, don't you?
I didn't think he fit to begin with. Honestly, I mean, I think he's just another. It was just basically for them to get something for Kevin Durant, and then how they can use him as a trade piece, later on at some point.
Right.
I don't see him fitting into the team long term at all.
Also, to be noted, the Clippers were at 5-2,
2.
but the only 2 games they lost, Kawhi didn't play. So
It's Toronto all over again.
yeah, and Paul George hasn't played yet. So watch out, league. There's a new king.
Here, Anthony Davis has been balling out.
Yeah, really high level. But then he wanted to tease his hometown that he might go to Chicago. Get the fuck out of here. You're not going to Chicago.
But to be fair, it was in front of a bunch of kids, so really want to crush on those kids' hopes.
I hate when reporters ask that question because, what is he supposed to say now?
Yeah.
And then he crushes his free agency chances because maybe they do say, I'll give you like $180 million. What's he going to say then?
I mean, right now they're sitting at 5-1, so they're looking pretty legit. So they have a really good year, make a run of the championship, maybe win the championship. Like you're really gonna. I mean, obviously Kawhi did it, but are you really just gonna leave like that? But Kawhi, to be fair, went to a team, and he's probably still gonna be competing for a championship, more than likely. So
I think that's what everyone's forgetting. Like everyone's excited about
Chicago from LA, like you're probably not competing for a championship in Chicago unless you find a way to get some other pieces to come with you.
Yeah. You have no chance.
No.
It'd be fun to see the Greek Freak and Anthony Davis battle it out more often.
Hey, what do you know? Danny Ainge at the Duke Kansas game here.
Oh, guess we know you're drafting. What do you have? More draft picks high up?
What's Danny Ainge got up his sleeve now?
He's I got the 5th, 6th pick locked up.
I was gonna say, don't you guys still have 3 more years
See what
with the
kind of trade he
Nets?
can make the Knicks this year. Oh, Jesus.
He gave away the 29th pick to get those seats, so
Probably, yeah.
it's Boston's draft.
NBA's
Everyone else
interesting,
is just gifted a spot once in a while.
So you ready to close this out with college basketball?
Put it out.
I'll let you guys. I don't have anything up, so Kevin, you can close it out with the poll or whatever.
All right. Wow.
We also got our picks. We got the
Yeah, and the picks. My phone died, so I'm just chilling.
Well, let's just talk about our preseason poll real quick here. We have Duke at number 1, Kentucky number 2. Both play tonight as we are talking. Same with Michigan State at number 3. North Carolina plays tomorrow against Notre Dame, right?
To be fair, Kentucky and Michigan State are tied, so they should be.
All right, well, 2. I didn't look at the place, okay? I just kind of went down.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a big tie. Oh, man. You really fucked up this poll, man.
There's a few ties.
Yeah, quite a few ties.
Who fucked this up? I didn't fuck this up.
You fucked up the poll.
They can't see it. You can always
Nothing
fix it.
fucks it up more than you putting Syracuse in yours, though. So go ahead.
Why don't you fix it? As I go on to Florida, number 5. I don't remember why I have Florida at number 5. I just saw them at number 6 on the APA and was like, all right, let's put them at 5. Who'd I bump down?
Louisville.
Well, you hate Kentucky.
Oh,
so-
yeah, I have no faith in Louisville, so I bumped them down to 7th because I feel like they're going to lose this.
You also jumped North Carolina up there, too, so you bumped somebody else down, too.
Because Roy
Kentucky.
Williams always does something. He's got like...
Oh, Kentucky, yeah. Kentucky and Louisville, you bumped.
Yeah, Kentucky. Do we really need to talk about my hatred towards Kentucky?
No.
Kansas at number 6, Villanova at 7, Gonzaga at 8th, tied with Memphis with Penny Hardaway. Maryland and Louisville tied at 10. Oregon at 12.
Oregon.
It's gone. Virginia. No one likes Oregon. Virginia at 13, the defending champs in our poll, all the way down to 13. So that's kind of interesting. Arizona, everyone keeps forgetting about the scandals, but, they just keep pushing on. Number 14 in our polls. Texas Tech, 15. Same with Ohio State and Seton Hall. Forgot. How's that game going? Last I knew, Seton Hall, it was close.
Yeah, I was going to say, Seton Hall wasn't up by much.
Quick check. They're at halftime,
you guys
apparently.
Ranked Seton Hall pretty high, so.
I was going to say, you guys both ranked Seton Hall, didn't you?
Yeah. Seton Hall is at halftime right now. Ooh, can we get a score? 52-37, so they took back over.
Oh, okay, they're good, though.
Who are they playing?
Like Jacksonville State or something.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, Jesus.
That's why I was worried.
That's why we.
I thought they were.
Well, good. I'm happy I didn't rank them. They don't deserve it.
15 right now, a half. They're fine. Chilling.
Washington, unlike in the AP poll, makes an appearance in ours at number 18. Corey had him up at what, 4?
Yeah.
Believe that's because of what's his face, Isaac or whatever his name is.
Well, it's because they have
It's
everyone.
because of the most ridiculous ranking of teams ever.
Everyone's coming back except Tybalt.
Isaiah Stewart, the 6'9" freshman forward out of Rochester.
They have like the 3rd best recruiting class.
He was like the 3rd in the recruiting class, so that's why I was like, well, I'm gonna throw him in mine at least. I didn't throw him up at 4, but I don't disagree.
Anyways,
Anywho,
St. Mary's made the list apparently.
at 19, I had him at 18, 7, 17, and the AP at 20. Corey, not a fan. And Utah State, who knows anything about Utah State? That's why I didn't include them on mine. Steffan had them at 14. They have 2 people on the wooden list, so I guess it's not bad. I just don't know anything about them.
Steffan liked them. AP liked them. That was it.
Yeah. Like I said, 2 guys on the wooden list.
Steffan likes his mid-range or his mid-level teams anyways.
Xavier.
Somebody's got to give him love. Well, you guys ain't going to give him love.
Nah.
Xavier at 21. USC. Is Corey the only one voted? Wow. Corey had some power votes here. We need to throw the coaches poll in here. USC ranked 22. Auburn 23 with Bruce Pearl leading the Pearliness. Baylor 24. In Texas at 25. Tejas.
Yeah, because I ranked Texas high.
I was going to say.
As well.
I was looking at them on my list. I don't even have them. So.
No, they ain't on my list either.
I thought I may have thrown them on. Others receiving votes: LSU, Florida State, Georgia. My screen froze. Hold on. UConn coming back after firing Kevin Alia, I'm guessing. Purdue, Marquette, West Virginia. Who voted for UConn?
Me.
All right. Purdue, Marquette, West Virginia, Oklahoma, VCU, Alabama, and Syracuse. Steffan, did you do Alabama? Is that why
I did not.
I did.
Corey
they're... Oh,
again.
Jesus, Corey. I'm just going to...
I was going to say, Corey is literally the most
diverse.
ridiculous
Most
fucking
diverse.
poll that I've ever seen in my life.
It's fine.
So
It's week
when we
one.
go to the end of the year,
Uh-huh.
we'll see who has the most of the final top 25 right.
Sure. You're literally basing all of yours off of recruits who, if we know anything about, fucking Kentucky gets the best of the best recruits and they can't fucking put it together every year. So why are you putting so much on these fucking...
So we'll see, is what you said. Well, that's fine, right?
No, there's nothing to see. I already know how this is going to pan out.
Oh, you're going to have more?
I, more than you, at least. Yeah, I will.
Okay.
Ooh, it's,
We'll see.
that smells like a bet.
Right. That's what I'm getting at. I haven't decided what to bet yet, but that's what I'm getting at.
I did no research, so I'm not betting.
If you really think fucking Alabama,
Just got to make the top 25, not on where they're ranked. Just make it.
UConn, whatever else do you want to fucking garbage ass teams you want to throw in here?
Texas, Washington, USC.
Yeah.
Like I said, the AP poll preseason has 10 wrong. So you took
But I think it should factor in not only how many teams you get right, but how close you are. Because like you putting fucking USC at number 9, they're not gonna be anywhere close to number 9. Nowhere's close to number 9. So that should factor in.
I don't know how you're going to do that.
What do you mean?
You just got to pick whoever has the most right out of the top of the 25. Doesn't matter where they are.
No, it does matter where they are. Because that's fucking ridiculous. Why would you put USC at number 9?
I'm just putting them out there.
They're not even on the map right now.
But what if they become on the map?
None of their games are going to count because they're all paid to play. All getting paid to play right now, so none of their games count anyway. Gonzaga number 19. Really, you think Gonzaga's going to finish number 19? No. So you should lose points for that because they're going to finish top 10 at least.
Except when they lose to Washington.
They're not going to lose to Washington. I'll bet anything on that right now. Name a price. I'll bet it.
Ooh.
I'll bet a price. I'll bet the fucking ticket to the Gonzaga North Carolina.
$1,200.
And then you have to go with me.
That's a risky bet though, because you might end up having to pay for it there.
I really was hoping to like find a ticket for that game at like a reasonable price, and that was literally the only ticket I've ever found. Every time I've looked for tickets for that game, there's been nothing. So to even see that ticket, I was like really surprised. I was like, wow, damn,
Wow, I gotta buy this.
I kind of wanted to, but I was like, $1,250 per ticket. It's quite a bit for a ticket.
And then you still have your airfare and everything else.
Yeah.
You're looking at $2,000.
Easy.
Hey, if you buy it, I'll go with you, Steffan. I just got hop on the highway down the street here. 4
Yeah, you'll
hours
go with
later.
me if I buy the ticket for you.
Yeah.
You could sell your baby maybe for $12.
I'm still
How dare you.
paying $1,250 for. That's just so much money. $2,500 for 2 tickets.
It's a lot.
Just fly to Seattle, go see them lose to Washington in Washington. It's like $200 a ticket.
We should just go. We probably find a fucking cheaper ticket for the Washington Gonzaga game. I think it's in Washington.
Yeah, that's what I just said, but okay.
I wasn't listening to you.
Yeah, I know. It's fine, I'm used to it.
Good. Glad that you didn't expect any more from me. All right, let's move on to our super exciting picks. Pretty much all pick the same.
There's only 2 games different.
Yeah, I'm going to start throwing in extra games.
That was
we go.
quick.
we said that would happen.
Get ready for 10 picks a week, guys.
Yeah. We knew that was coming.
That helped.
Last week we said we might as well all throw 5 out there every week.
I'm gonna dig into those mid majors that you guys know nothing about.
It's okay. the champ.
Those are Kevin's favorite games to pick.
The cream always rises to the top in this thing, so you know.
Virginia, is this is in Syracuse?
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a neutral court.
I like how Kevin sets this up and he makes sure to golden his name at the top when no one else.
We've never golden anybody else's name.
That's a lie. Take a look at NASCAR, folks.
Gold?
Yes.
Steffan is not golden.
Definitely not gold right
Then
there.
it was NFL. I did it in the NFL.
Oh, okay. Keep guessing. You'll find something eventually, right?
Right? I did it once.
Oh, you did it on UFC.
Oh, there you go.
There it is. Yeah.
It's a new trend.
Okay. Fair enough. At least I have one gold.
Whatever. If you guys don't gold me, I want to deserve like a year of gold in NASCAR.
Well, now you gotta win, so I mean.
I'll be gold next year. You'll be pissed off.
I'm done with this podcast. Fuck this shit, man. Y'all are horrible.
All right, pick the riveting games. Go over them.
All right, so we got Syracuse versus Virginia.
Book it.
6 people on Syracuse have made threes, so they're gonna win this game somehow.
They're shooting 40-something% in their.
I know, against that riveting exhibition schedule they had.
Hey, they have the opportunity to be the first team to win versus defending national champions.
I don't even know where you're going with that.
Because
Not gonna happen.
they beat the Canadian national champion.
Doesn't mean anything to me.
They'll be North American champions tomorrow.
Just stop.
Watch it. Book it.
So Kevin's gonna be 0-1 after that game. That's not till tomorrow. So
Yeah, see, I could be 2-0.
you're not gonna be 2-0.
Well, Duke's up in my case right now.
Duke Kansas game is going on right now. 31-26. Maybe it's a different score 'cause I'm streaming, so it's gonna be a little bit behind.
No, it's 31-26.
Okay.
Duke is up.
Yeah, with 2 minutes left.
And
In the first half. First half.
First half.
I was like,
sorry.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was a real defensive battle.
So much promise on these teams, but
I was
so
loving,
little results.
I was loving my poll. If that was looking
We all went Duke this game, so hopefully Duke pans out for us. I just feel like Kansas, with all their background noise they're going to have going on this year, probably isn't going to be as great, but we'll see.
Kansas get back to winning the Big 12 or no?
Probably not. Probably Iowa State.
Stop.
I don't know.
I can't even
Moving on
name
to
a Big 12
Michigan
team
State.
right now. What the hell?
Huh?
I can't even name a Big 12 team.
Well,
West
Texas
Virginia.
Tech won it last year.
West Virginia.
West Virginia, Oklahoma State, Oklahoma. Apparently Oklahoma just landed a number 2 recruit for next year, I think it was.
Well, and they got good recruiting this year too. So
They're gonna be
number
number 2 in
recruit
Corey's poll next year.
Landed them over Kentucky, North Carolina, and others. So Oklahoma State will probably be, top 5 for you next year, right?
Oklahoma will be top 5.
I said number 2. You're giving them a couple more spots.
Moving on to Michigan State versus Kentucky. We've all pretty much assuming Michigan State. I feel like Kentucky's always that weird team. They'll fucking Michigan State's always that weird team too, where it's like they have so much promise usually in the beginning of the year, and then they just like come out and look like shit.
First time ever Michigan State's been number 1 in the preseason poll.
We're in the Final Four last year, right?
Yes, Final Four last year.
Was it? Oh, I know who it was. Michigan State, Texas Tech, Virginia, and Auburn.
Yeah.
Boring. Didn't even watch the championship game.
I actually forgot about the championship game until the Syracuse game. versus Virginia. I was like, oh yeah, they're the champs.
It was Virginia, Texas Tech, and I did not watch.
Pretty sure I watched, but I probably wasn't that interested.
Anyways.
Moving on to Florida State and Florida. We all went Florida on this one.
Almost pulled the trigger on Florida State.
I pulled them, so I almost did too. But I have Florida higher. Then St. Mary's, Wisconsin. That's tonight.
It is tonight.
Is that happening right now?
Is that on TV?
I don't think
So
so.
Steffan's going to have one loss too at the end of the day.
Nah. If you don't know about fucking St. Mary's, then you don't know about college basketball, clearly.
Clear.
Oh, that's on at 9 your time.
Oh, St. Paul's playing Wagner. That's a solid team right there. Fuck you talking about? They always make the tournament. All right, where's this fucking? It's gotta be on like the Big Ten Network or something.
No, it's on ESPNU. It's on later in an hour.
All right, so I can watch that game. Yeah. So you guys went with Wisconsin. I'm going with St. Mary's. I feel like this is probably gonna be like one of those like 45 to 50 games because they're both just like slow-paced defensive teams.
Yeah.
So it was probably gonna be a very boring game to watch, actually. So I don't really know how much I'm gonna watch it.
Versus fall asleep during it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably just end up playing Madden or something instead.
Have it on your laptop.
Yeah, I'll do that. But yeah, no, I think St. Mary's has a good team coming back. I think you guys are gonna be surprised when you wake up tomorrow and see St. Mary's beat Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be very surprised.
I know, but I won't. So it's okay.
Are we doing preseason tournaments? 7?
Yeah, I will. Those are probably starting up very soon.
Yeah.
In like weeks. So I will get that together because I will win that again, as I always win it. I better get fucking gold with that, please. I don't know, fucking gold around my name.
I'm just gonna make every one of your pages gold for you. How about that?
That works.
So just NASCAR.
Yeah.
No, college basketball fucking preseason tournaments, man. Oh, there we go. Blue people again. What's going on with ESPN tonight?
Next week's pretty exciting week of college basketball, though.
Is it? Is it exciting?
I mean, Oregon, Memphis, LSU, VCU, Villanova, Ohio State, Michigan State.
And
Seton
Gonzaga
Hall.
with their non-existent non-conference schedule that we were talking about off the air.
All 4.
And somehow they made the list, though. That's weird.
All 4 of their non-conference.
That's because Kevin's going to take Texas A&M. So
I know he is. So obviously he's going to take Texas A&M. He'll take every fucking game that we've ever picked until Gonzaga goes 32-0, and then he'll be like, maybe I'll take Gonzaga.
Some of us have to win championships, and I got to defend 2 back-to-back. I'm going to be the first one to run the table and win that 3rd one. Rub that in your face.
Nobody has won back in anything yet.
Nope.
Never say
You're not
never.
going to be the first one. Sorry.
Never say never.
You're not going to be the first one. You're already falling behind with this Syracuse pick. So now you're down 1 already. And Wisconsin's a toss-up, so maybe you'll get it, maybe you won't. But still, that's only catching you up 1, so...
Or I could have a 1-point advantage over you guys. No big deal. And then you're going to add like 12 more games, and I'll still win.
Yeah, wait till next week's when we're doing 20 games. So.
Yeah.
Digging deep. Going to the Sun Belt Conference. Did you know about the Sun Belt Conference? Anything?
Middle Tennessee State Blue Raiders, baby.
They aren't in the Sun Belt
Yeah,
Conference.
I forgot they left it. What is it?
We're in it.
Alabama State. Yeah, they were, because I used to play Middle Tennessee State in football, and they played North Texas, and then they both left.
Either of those teams, I don't think either of them were in the Sun Belt Conference.
You want to bet?
I'm gonna look right now.
Just anyway, you want to talk about UFC, or did you just want to end the episode?
You guys can talk. I didn't watch any of the UFC. So
Did you catch any of it, Corey?
I'm just I back-to-backed it. It's over. If Ben even gets a perfect 25, it doesn't matter. It's over.
Doesn't even matter.
That 1 week, we don't have to do anymore.
Well, I mean,
we don't have to do UFC anymore. Like,
yeah, I mean, I can not do my picks, and it doesn't matter.
I know. Like, I'm saying, like, ever again. Like, we don't have to do UFC anymore.
you're gonna let Corey go back to back and then just be the reigning champ of all time.
Yes, I will gladly do that.
Too bad. It's not gonna happen.
Ben and Kevin are. They don't want to.
I like that you guys were criticizing my strategy in UFC, though.
You got a 5. What are you happy about?
No, I didn't say I was happy. I mean, I got 5 off one guy.
Yeah, I know. But you came in last for the league with that sweet strategy.
But let's also remember, I'm not going to come in last. Look at he got fucking 4 right, and he's still 14 behind me.
See, so we gotta do one more week just because of that.
Well, I mean, you guys can do one more week, yeah.
I had
You
my
guys can
best.
Well, yeah, this is the last one.
I
December's
did absolutely no research. Had my best week of the year.
You think I've done research for any of these?
Yeah. See, I took the Steffan strategy, and it paid off.
Yeah.
We got 3 championships.
I don't know if any of us do research. Does anyone really do research on these?
Ben always says he's going to, and then never does.
I was gonna say I don't think any of us do.
I mean, you at least look up. You were at least looking up like.
I feel like you at least like know most of the fighters.
I don't have to do.
I don't even know. Like I'm the most mainstream fucking UFC watcher there is. Like I only know the big names.
Who's Conor McGregor fighting?
If Conor McGregor is not fighting, I don't know who's fighting. So
who's Diaz? I don't know him.
Like that's basically like I know very few of the fighters.
All right, I gotta go help my wife with the kids.
All right. Well, let's just end it because it sounds like I gotta go help too.
All right, I'll
I gotta help my kid too, guys. So talk to you guys later.
All right, Dork. All right, Dad.
Until next time. Corey just wanted to leave. Later.
Yeah.